Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a did they stay or did they go video. Finally, I haven't done one of these in forever. There has been so many releases, so much new stuff, and in the back of my mind, I just kept thinking I want to continue with my did they stay or did they go videos because in these videos, I update you guys on previous hauls on my channel. So I am all about the hauls, but I also love to update you guys, even if it's a year after I did the haul, just to let you guys know if those fragrances ended up working for me, if I gifted them, if I decluttered them. So that is what we're going to be doing today, and today's haul is going to be right up here somewhere. I'm going to put the haul that we're going to be talking about, and it is a celebrity fragrance haul. So I do have some celebrity fragrances to talk about, and with that said, let's jump right into today's video. Guys, so for today's video, they are all gone. I don't have any of them with me anymore, but I did go back and watch the haul because it's been a while and I wanted to kind of refresh my memory on what I picked up from them when I got them, what caught my attention, and then what ended up happening with those fragrances. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is from Britney Spears. I used to love Britney Spears Fantasy. That was my signature high school scent. My mom gifted me a bottle. I didn't know back then that there was flankers or anything like that. I just kind of stuck to the original one until I started getting into fragrances and I saw just how many flankers there are for Fantasy. So I went ahead and picked up the Fantasy Intense in this haul. I had heard good things about it. I heard that it was a really yummy gourmand scent. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know what caught my attention with Fantasy Intense. So Fantasy Intense has main accords of sweet, woody, fruity, patchouli, powdery, musky, earthy, fresh, tropical, and white floral. The top notes are pear, lychee, and kiwi. Middle notes are white chocolate, cupcake, jasmine, and orchid. And the base notes are patchouli, woodsy notes, musk, and orris. So right away when I saw those notes, I was so intrigued by the pear, the kiwi, the white chocolate, cupcake. I love orchid, but there were also notes in here that I tend to struggle with. For example, lychee gets way too sour on me most of the time, and tart. And then there's also patchouli. Those two were pretty much the ones that were kind of like notes back then that I was still learning, that I didn't really do quite well with. And you're going to see in a few of these that there are notes that I tend to struggle with. I remember it starting off very gourmand, but in like a fruity way. And then it started turning into like a more mature fragrance. The patchouli really started coming through on my skin. And I never really picked up that cupcake note that I really wanted to pick up, or the white chocolate, or the kiwi, which were the notes that I was the most interested in. I didn't really get that. I just got like a more mature version of Fantasy. So I did get Fantasy very slightly like the DNA of the original. It turned into like a sexy, musky, woody, patchouli fragrance, but I just felt like it was a little bit too mature on me for some reason. I'm not sure why I was not picking up like those gourmand, sweet, yummy notes. And I remember with that one, I wore it around my husband as well, and he thought the same exact thing. He said that it smelled very mature. So yeah, that was pretty much the problem for me with Fantasy Intense. But if you do like fragrances that are like, if you want a sexy fragrance, a fragrance that has patchouli, it helps with the longevity of it, you could check that one out because it is affordable. It just wasn't my cup of tea. So moving on to the next one, this one was like a big letdown for me because the opening for me was so good. It was like addictive. I just wanted to keep smelling it over and over, but then the dry down was, it just turned into something totally different. And this is another Britney Spears fragrance, and this is Britney Spears Fantasy Intimate. So the bottles for both of those perfumes are so gorgeous. I'm going to be putting the bottles on the screen for you. And I saw this one and I just figured, oh, this is probably going to be like a bedtime type of scent of Fantasy, and it's going to be just perfect for like being cozy at the house. And those are my favorite types of fragrances. So the main accords for this one are vanilla, sweet, musky, powdery, ozonic, citrus, fresh, fruity, white floral, and amber. And the notes are very interesting. So the notes, we have lychee again, which as we can see, I have a problem with scents that have lychee. There is Italian lemon and violet leaf. Middle notes are brown sugar, ozonic notes, gannet, I believe. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce that. It's like an animalic note, which is crazy to see in a celebrity fragrance. A animalic note like that, it just sounds very, very unique. And then there's jasmine, lily of the valley, and the base notes are vanilla, white musk, heliotrope, and benzoin. And this one, when this fragrance opened up, it was so amazing. It was so like, it was powdery. It was perfect for like bedtime and being at home after you shower in the evening. Very cozy smelling, and the powdery touch in it was perfect. It wasn't like mature powdery or too much. It was the perfect soft, beautiful scent. When that fragrance opened up on my skin, it was like love at first sniff. But as it started to dry down, it changed so much on my skin. It turned very animalic. I don't know if it's that note in there that had something to do with it. So that weird note, which I never really got to know what it was. I'm thinking it's that gannet note because I've never had that in a fragrance. That's what turned me off from the fragrance. And then on top of that, it just didn't last. So I sprayed it on my skin and it smelled amazing. I fell in love with it. Then it turned into something that I was not enjoying. And on top of that, after 2 hours, it was pretty much gone. It was like a super close to the skin scent. So I ended up decluttering that one. Next up, we have one that I struggled so much with because I wanted to kind of force myself to like this fragrance, but this is another one that's just not for me. And this one is from ARIANA, and this one is Rebel Fleur Love Always. So the first one that I picked up was Rebel Fleur. That one had something in it that was so sharp and it always gave me a headache. So I got rid of that one. Then I heard Cassandra talking about Love Always on her YouTube channel, and she said that it was smoother and that it was easier to wear. So that really caught my attention with that one, and I picked it up. So the main accords for this one are fruity, sweet, vanilla, powdery, coconut, patchouli, amber, tuberose, musk, and woody. The top notes, we have plum, which I have come to find out that plum is just not a note that works on my skin. There's red berries, peach, coconut, tuberose, hibiscus, violet. So there are notes that I also enjoy. And then the base notes are vanilla, patchouli, amber, and musk. And this fragrance, if you're looking for a sexy, deep, dark scent that's going to last forever and you want it to be affordable, check that one out, because I still recommend it for those of you who are looking for that type of scent. Even though it does not work for me, I know that that fragrance is so well done. The performance is so good. The longevity is amazing. And it is true that the Love Always is much smoother than the original Rebel Fleur. So if I had to recommend from the Rebel Fleur and the Love Always, I would tell you to go with the Love Always because it just smells like it was blended much better. It's smoother, it's more refined, but you still have the exact same DNA. So it smells exactly the same as the original one, just smoother and a tad bit sweeter, but not too much. I did pick up a little bit of that coconut, which made the scent a little bit creamy, but it is a very rich, dark, sexy fragrance. Very seductive, very just deep, and I just picture someone like super sexy with a very bold personality wearing this fragrance. It's not something that I would wear around the house on an everyday basis, and I would definitely wear this fragrance more towards winter time, fall time, when it's a little bit cooler out, because it can be really, really strong. And I just got rid of it because I just couldn't seem to make it work. I didn't feel like it was me. I felt like it was, again, the patchouli always takes over on my skin. So when patchouli gets way too strong, I just could never handle those types of fragrances. But I really do think the DNA of it and the performance are amazing for the price. So I definitely recommend it for those of you who love bold, sexy fragrances. That's like a must-have, especially if you like a more darker coconut scent. It's not a beachy coconut. It has a little bit of creaminess, but it's not too much. It's more just a very deep, dark, sexy coconut scent, where I actually think that the other notes are a little bit more prominent. Like the plum is definitely more prominent to my nose. The tuberose, the patchouli, the amber for sure shows up. So that one I decluttered as well. It's no longer in my collection, but it does perform amazing for a celebrity scent. So this next fragrance was kind of hard to get a hold of. I remember when it was released, it was kind of like silently released. There was really no promotion around it, no marketing for it. It was just like released at Walgreens, and whoever got got it, and that was about it. And this was by Ariana Grande, and that is Thank You Next 2.0. So I am a huge fan of Thank You Next, the original one. I know many people get like a pickle scent with that fragrance, but I luckily do not get that. I get a beautiful coconut, just creamy, amazing, sweet scent. So that is one of my favorites for like when spring and summer comes around. I love it. And I was very excited to try Thank You Next 2.0. So I ordered it from Walgreens, and that's how I got it. And the main accords for Thank You Next 2.0 are fruity, sweet, woody, powdery, and musky. The notes are so beautiful. When you look at the notes, there's just some fragrances that just by looking at the notes you fall in love, and this was one of those. The notes are wild strawberry, apple juice, and pomegranate. Middle notes are white orchid and jasmine, and the base notes are marshmallow, musk, and sandalwood. So this one smelled really, really good, and I honestly don't really have no complaints about the actual scent of it. And the only reason I decluttered it, and I actually gave that one to my daughter, and I think she finished her bottle up because I just went to her room to go see if she still had it, because I do remember she was really loving it from all of the fragrances that she has, and it's not there no more. So I think she finished that bottle up. But it is just a very girly, flirty, very just juicy scent. It does have similarities to Eden by Kayali. I just prefer Eden because it does have a bit of a stronger, more grown-up feeling musk to that one. So I gravitated more towards Eden. But if you love Eden and you want something that's in the affordable side, I'm not sure if Thank You Next 2.0 is even something that can be found anymore, but I do recommend it, especially for teenagers or someone starting out with fragrances, or someone who doesn't like fragrances that are too strong. It's the perfect type of scent for that. It's very easygoing, very bubbly and happy, and very just bright and uplifting. So that one's really, really nice. The longevity was not the best, and honestly at that time I prefer my Kayali Eden Juicy Apple as well as like Clean Reserve Radiant Nectar. At that time I had that one, and I preferred those types of scents over the Ariana Grande one. Nothing against the fragrances, because I do love Ariana Grande fragrances. They're one of my favorite celebrity fragrances, but I just feel like that one wasn't worth keeping in my collection. It didn't wow me enough, but I do think it's a really, really nice fragrance. So yeah, I would recommend that one for someone who's looking for like a shampoo-y, girly, flirty, very bright and fun type of perfume, something that you can wear every single day. You can wear that to do groceries, run errands, have lunch with someone, do your nails, just things like that. You can splash that on and you're going to smell amazing, but it's not the best performer. It doesn't have the best longevity. And yeah, those are my thoughts on Thank You Next 2.0. So that is it for this Did They Stay or Did They Go video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I am going to be putting the original haul in the description box so that you guys can watch it if you didn't see that haul. It was a while back. So that's going to be it from me today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and please comment down below how you feel about the fragrances that I talked about today. If you like them, if you don't like them, just put your thoughts in the comment section so that everyone can read others' opinions on the fragrances, not just mine. And with that said, I will see you guys in the next one.